1. Snapshot New York. Track backyard wildlife and become a citizen scientist. 2. Transform your trail camera. Study NY's wildlife. 3. New York launches public wildlife monitoring program. 4. Join Snapshot New York. Volunteer for trail camera wildlife monitoring. 1. Snapshot New York. Track backyard wildlife and become a citizen scientist. Imagine being able to uncover the secret lives of the animals that inhabit your own backyard. The New York State Department of Environmental Conservation, DEC, has just launched a groundbreaking citizen science program called Snapshot New York, which allows anyone to participate in wildlife monitoring using trail cameras. This innovative project is the result of a collaboration between the DEC and the New York Cooperative Fish and Wildlife Research Unit at Cornell University, and it's set to revolutionize the way we understand and manage wildlife in the state. But here's where it gets really exciting. By joining Snapshot New York, you'll not only be contributing to the conservation of over a dozen wildlife species, but you'll also get to explore the great outdoors and connect with nature in a whole new way. As DEC Commissioner Amanda Lefton puts it, more than 60% of land in New York is privately owned. And this new collaborative effort will help DEC biologists collect critical information about wildlife in areas where our experts have historically lacked access. And the best part? You don't need to be a wildlife expert to participate, just a willingness to learn and get involved. Angela Fuller, leader of the United States Geological Survey New York Cooperative Fish and Wildlife Research Unit and professor at Cornell University, notes that Snapshot New York represents an unprecedented opportunity to generate large-scale, long-term data on wildlife populations across New York. So, how can you be a part of this exciting project? To become a volunteer for Snapshot New York, you'll need to have access to land, either private property or public land with permission, where you can set up a trail camera. You can use your own camera or apply to borrow one through the program. Then, simply download the Snapshot New York app and upload your photos periodically, along with the GPS coordinates, time, and date. The data you collect will help the DEC make informed decisions about wildlife conservation and management and track changes in wildlife populations over time. But here's the thing. The success of Snapshot New York relies on the participation of citizens like you. So we want to ask, are you ready to join the movement and help shape the future of wildlife conservation in New York? Do you think citizen science projects like Snapshot New York are the key to unlocking a deeper understanding of our natural world? Let us know in the comments. And this is the part most people miss. By participating in Snapshot New York, you'll not only be contributing to the greater good, but you'll also have the chance to learn about the amazing wildlife that inhabits our state. From white-tailed deer to black bears, and from coyotes to bobcats, the diversity of species in New York is staggering. So, what are you waiting for? Head on over to the Snapshot New York website to learn more and sign up to be a part of this groundbreaking project. As Commissioner Lefton says, Snapshot New York is a fantastic opportunity to get outside, connect with the outdoors, and directly contribute to wildlife conservation efforts in New York State. We couldn't agree more. The launch of Snapshot New York is a bold step forward in the world of wildlife conservation, and it's an opportunity that you won't want to miss. But we want to hear from you. What do you think are the most pressing issues in wildlife conservation today, and how can projects like Snapshot New York help address them? Share your thoughts and let's start a conversation. 2. Transform your trail camera. Study NY's wildlife. Transform your trail camera into a wildlife research tool in New York. In the past, researchers seeking to understand wildlife populations often resorted to trapping animals in snares or cages and attaching tracking devices to them. However, the landscape of wildlife research has evolved significantly. Nowadays, scientists frequently utilize trail cameras, originally designed for big game hunters, to gather essential data about wildlife. A notable example of this innovative approach is highlighted in a 2023 study by John Vanek, a zoologist at the State University of New York College of Environmental Science and Forestry. His research focused on the concealed wildlife of Syracuse, utilizing images captured from a network of approximately 50 trail cameras. But here's where it gets exciting. The New York State Department of Environmental Conservation, DEC, is eager to discover what fascinating creatures are captured on your trail camera's memory card. In partnership with the New York Cooperative Fish and Wildlife Research Unit at Cornell University, DEC is launching a citizen science initiative called Snapshot New York. This program invites the public to engage in wildlife monitoring, significantly enhancing the DEC's ability to track and manage over a dozen wildlife species. DEC Commissioner Amanda Lefton emphasized the importance of this initiative, stating, "More than 60% of land in New York is privately owned, and this new collaborative effort will help DEC biologists collect critical information about wildlife in areas where our experts have historically lacked access." Angela Fuller, who leads the U.S. Geological Survey New York Cooperative Fish and Wildlife Research Unit and is a professor at Cornell University, remarked that this program offers an unprecedented chance to gather extensive, long-term data on wildlife populations throughout the state. This data will not only assist DEC in monitoring wildlife trends over time, but will also enable the agency to make more informed decisions, ultimately enhancing wildlife conservation and management strategies. #, how to get involved. If you're interested in participating, the first step is to create an account on the Snapshot New York website. From there, you can choose one of the designated survey blocks where you would like to set up your trail camera. The DEC has divided the state into 4,500 survey blocks, aiming to place cameras in as many of these areas as possible. If the block you prefer is already taken, consider selecting a nearby public land block or join the waitlist for your desired location. To volunteer for Snapshot New York, you will need access to land. Volunteers are encouraged to set up trail cameras on private properties across the state. If you don't have access to private land, you will need to obtain permission to place a camera on nearby public land. A trail camera. You can either use your own trail camera or apply to borrow one through the Snapshot New York program. Internet access. Volunteers must download the Snapshot New York app and regularly upload images, approximately every 2 weeks, to the Snapshot New York website, including GPS coordinates, time, and date to contribute to the statewide dataset. No experience necessary. Whether you are a nature enthusiast or a hunter preparing for the upcoming season, this program welcomes everyone. It's a fantastic opportunity to catch a glimpse of the hidden lives of New York's incredible wildlife. Steve Featherstone, who covers outdoor topics, can be reached at featherstone@syracuse.com. If you decide to purchase a product or register for an account through a link on our site, we may receive compensation. By using this site, you agree to our user agreement and acknowledge that your clicks, interactions, and personal information may be collected, recorded, and or stored by us and social media and other third-party partners in accordance with our privacy policy. 3. New York launches public wildlife monitoring program. Imagine stumbling upon a hidden world of wildlife in your own backyard and being part of a groundbreaking effort to protect it. New York is now empowering its residents to become wildlife guardians with the launch of the Snapshot New York program, an innovative initiative that lets anyone contribute to wildlife conservation just by using a trail camera. This bold move highlights the power of community-led conservation and raises important questions about how we can best manage our natural resources in the face of growing environmental challenges. In a move that underscores the importance of citizen science, New York's Department of Environmental Conservation, NYDEC, has collaborated with wildlife researchers at Cornell University to create this program. The goal is simple yet powerful: to harness the collective efforts of volunteers across the state to monitor and study wildlife more effectively. All volunteers need is access to either private or public land and a trail camera, which can be purchased for under $100 or borrowed through the program. Trail cameras, or trail cams, are a crucial tool in wildlife management, capable of detecting heat signatures and motion to capture images of passing animals. These cameras can often be found online or in local stores and are incredibly easy to use, making them perfect for anyone interested in wildlife, regardless of their background or experience. The program eliminates any need for prior experience, making it accessible to everyone. Volunteers will need to create an account on the Snapshot New York website and download the app to upload images regularly, about every 2 weeks. This not only helps biologists gather data, but also gives volunteers a unique insight into the wildlife living on their land. Commissioner Amanda Lefton of NYDEC notes that more than 60% of New York's land is privately owned, and this collaborative effort will greatly enhance the ability of experts to gather data in areas that were previously difficult to access. The program is a prime example of how technology and community engagement can come together to address some of the most pressing environmental issues of our time. But here's where it gets interesting. The success of this program could have broader implications for conservation efforts across the country. It challenges traditional methods of wildlife monitoring and shows how involving the public can yield valuable insights. As we move forward, it's worth considering what other innovative approaches we can adopt to safeguard our natural world. And this is the part most people miss. The long-term impact of such programs can be profound. By engaging local communities in conservation, we don't just gather data. We also foster a deeper appreciation for the natural world and inspire future generations to become stewards of the environment. So, what do you think about involving the public in wildlife conservation? Should every state adopt similar programs? Share your thoughts in the comments below. 4. Join Snapshot New York. Volunteer for trail camera wildlife monitoring. Have you ever wondered how scientists gather critical data about wildlife populations? What if you could play a role in protecting New York's diverse ecosystems? Snapshot New York, an exciting initiative aimed at tracking wildlife across the state, is now seeking volunteers to host trail cameras. This is more than just a research project. It's an opportunity for everyday citizens to contribute to groundbreaking conservation efforts. But here's where it gets even more interesting. You don't need to be a tech expert or an environmental scientist to participate. Volunteers have two options to get involved. If you already own a trail camera, you can use it to capture images of local wildlife and periodically upload those photos to the program's database. Alternatively, if you don't own one, Snapshot New York offers the option to borrow a trail camera directly from their organization. These cameras are set up in strategic locations to monitor animal activity, providing researchers with valuable insights into the habits and movements of various species. Over time, this data will help detect shifts in wildlife populations, offering clues about environmental changes that might otherwise go unnoticed. This collaborative effort is spearheaded by a partnership between Cornell University and the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation, NISTEC. Together, they aim to harness the power of community science to inform policy decisions related to wildlife management and conservation. For officials, having access to accurate, real-time data is crucial for crafting strategies that balance ecological health with human needs. And this is the part most people miss. The benefits aren't just for the scientists. Volunteers also gain a deeper appreciation for the natural world by discovering which animals roam their properties, from deer and foxes to more elusive creatures like bobcats or black bears. But let's talk about the bigger picture for a moment. Programs like Snapshot New York highlight the growing importance of citizen involvement in scientific research. While some critics argue that relying on non-experts could lead to inconsistencies in data collection, proponents believe the trade-off is worth it. After all, how else can researchers cover such vast areas without significant public support? This raises an intriguing question. Should more scientific initiatives follow this model, blending professional expertise with grassroots participation? So, what do you think? Is community-driven science the future of ecological research, or does it risk compromising the integrity of the data? Whether you're passionate about wildlife, curious about your local environment, or simply looking for a meaningful way to give back, Snapshot New York offers something for everyone. If you're ready to take part in shaping the future of conservation in New York, now's your chance. Join the movement, set up a trail camera, and become part of a statewide effort to protect the animals that share our home. Comment below. Do you think programs like this can truly make a difference?